Hey Madridista fam! Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with everything about the best team in the world. In today's video, we're going to break down all the details of a massive bombshell at Real Madrid. But first, we got to talk about a few really important things going on at the club. Real Madrid is once again at the center of the transfer market with a story that has all the makings of a blockbuster move. Norwegian striker Alexander Sørloth has made it clear that he wants to play for Real Madrid, a dream he has carried for some time, and one that could now become reality. After expressing his frustration with his current situation at Atletico de Madrid, where he has struggled to earn the consistent minutes he believes he deserves, Sørloth has let it be known that he sees his future in the white shirt. At 28 years old, the forward is entering the prime of his career, and his ambition to perform at the highest level could align perfectly with Real Madrid's pursuit of adding an experienced and reliable center forward to its squad. Florentino Perez, as always attentive to opportunities that strengthen the team, is seriously considering putting an offer on the table to bring Sørloth to the Santiago Bernabéu. The player's desire is a key factor here. Unlike other transfers that revolve purely around negotiations between clubs, this is a case where the footballer himself is pushing for the move, openly expressing that he wants to play for the biggest club in the world. That level of commitment and hunger to succeed at Real Madrid is exactly the kind of mentality that defines players who thrive under the spotlight of the Bernabéu. His statistics back up his ambition. Last season, he scored 24 goals and provided 2 assists across 53 matches, proving his consistency in front of goal and his ability to deliver when called upon. Numbers like these show he is not just a striker with potential, but one who already knows how to compete and succeed at the highest level. Equally important is the approval from Real Madrid's coach, Xabi Alonso. The manager has already given his green light to the operation, highlighting how crucial it would be to have an experienced center forward in the squad. Alonso sees Sørloth not only as a goal scorer but also as a tactical asset who can adapt to different systems and provide the physical presence and finishing touch needed in matches where creativity alone is not enough. Having the endorsement of the coach adds enormous weight to this possible transfer, because it ensures that if Florentino Perez makes the move, it will be to bring in a player who fits perfectly into the project and the vision of the team. For Florentino Perez, this is another chance to show his mastery of the transfer market. Acting decisively could allow Real Madrid to secure a player who has both the talent and the motivation to succeed immediately. The fee being discussed, while significant, seems reasonable when weighed against the proven scoring record of the player and the fact that he is entering his peak years as a striker. Furthermore, bringing in someone who explicitly wants to wear the white shirt reduces the risk of adaptation issues, as his motivation is not in doubt. From a Madridista perspective, this potential signing feels like a win on every front. Real Madrid would gain a forward who knows how to score, who is physically strong, who is experienced, and most importantly, who dreams of playing for this club. Adding Sørloth would give the team depth, versatility, and a different type of attacking option that could be decisive in key moments of the season. His ambition to be a protagonist matches perfectly with the ambition of Real Madrid to always compete and win at the highest level. Now, the question for all Madridistas is clear. What do you think of Alexander Sørloth's possible arrival at Real Madrid? Do you believe his experience and his proven scoring ability make him the right man to strengthen the attack? Would you welcome him as a valuable addition capable of competing for a starting role and offering immediate impact? Personally, I see this as a move full of positives. When a player openly states his desire to wear our shirt, when the coach gives his approval, and when the president considers acting swiftly, everything points toward a transfer that could bring real value. Sørloth has the hunger, the numbers, and the right mentality. Madridistas, are you ready to see Alexander Sørloth lead the line at the Santiago Bernabéu and write his name into the history of our great club? Now we're going to deal with another situation that's really important for the club. Real Madrid is once again dominating the headlines of the transfer market, and this time the focus is on one of the brightest midfield talents in world football, Moises Caicedo. According to the ever-reliable journalist Fabrizio Romano, negotiations are progressing rapidly, and the Ecuadorian star is said to be just one step away from wearing the famous white shirt. The Chelsea midfielder, who only arrived in England with high expectations, now finds himself closer than ever to fulfilling his dream of joining the most prestigious club in the world. Reports suggest that Florentino Perez is prepared to put 60 million euros on the table, exactly the figure demanded by Chelsea, who have already started to accept the inevitable, as the player's will is clear. He wants to be a Real Madrid player. The move is not just about financial muscle. It is also about vision and sporting planning. Real Madrid's coach, Xabi Alonso, personally asked for Caicedo, seeing him as a crucial addition to the squad. Alonso values the Ecuadorian's energy, intelligence on the pitch, and ability to dominate in the heart of midfield. Caicedo is not only a player with great technical ability but also one with an extraordinary work rate, the kind of midfielder who can control the tempo of the game, break down opposition attacks, and contribute to building dangerous moves. His versatility makes him a complete footballer, and under the lights of the Santiago Bernabéu, those qualities would surely shine even brighter. Having the backing of the coach gives enormous weight to this operation, and that is why Florentino Perez has moved quickly to make this deal a reality. What makes this transfer even more special is the ripple effect it has already caused in Ecuador. The entire nation is following the story closely, with media outlets and journalists calling it a historic leap in Caicedo's career. For Ecuadorian fans, the idea of their young star joining Real Madrid is more than just a transfer. It is a matter of pride. It represents the fulfillment of a dream that many children in Ecuador grow up with, to see one of their own wearing the most famous jersey in football history. The excitement is palpable, and it only adds more significance to the move. It shows the power of Real Madrid, a club capable of inspiring not just players but entire nations. From Chelsea's perspective, there is a growing sense of resignation. Despite their efforts to keep him, the truth is that when a player of Caicedo's caliber decides that his future is at Real Madrid, it becomes almost impossible to stop. The desire to join Los Blancos, to play at the Santiago Bernabéu, and to be part of a project led by Xabi Alonso is something too powerful to resist. Chelsea knows it, the player knows it, and Florentino Perez knows it. That is why this transfer feels like it is only a matter of time before it is completed. As a Madridista, I see this as an extraordinary signing. Moises Caicedo represents youth, quality, strength, and ambition. He is the type of player who can make a difference in both domestic and European competitions. His arrival would not only strengthen the team in the present but also secure the future of the midfield for years to come. Real Madrid has always been about excellence, about combining the best talents in the world with the right mentality, and Caicedo fits perfectly into that tradition. For me, it is not just a good move, it is a brilliant one. Now the question goes to you, Madridistas. What do you think about the possible arrival of Moises Caicedo at Real Madrid? Do you see him as the kind of midfielder who can dominate the Bernabéu and become a key figure in Xabi Alonso's project? Are you excited about seeing one of the brightest South American talents wear the white shirt and bring his energy, passion, and quality to our team? Personally, I believe this is a transfer that makes complete sense on every level. The player wants it, the coach wants it, the president is ready to act, and the entire footballing world is watching. Real Madrid is not just signing a midfielder, it is signing the future. Now it is your turn, Madridistas. Are you ready to welcome Moises Caicedo to the Santiago Bernabéu? Alright, now let's get to the news that could rock the football world. Real Madrid is once again at the center of the global football stage, and this summer may prove to be one of the most defining moments in the modern history of the club. The news coming from Spain and England has lit up the football world. Real Madrid has accelerated negotiations to bring Erling Haaland to the Santiago Bernabéu. The Norwegian striker, who has become one of the most feared forwards in world football, is closer than ever to wearing the white shirt. The possibility of seeing Haaland leading the attack in the Spanish capital has become more than just speculation. It is shaping into a real operation that could mark the future of the club for the next decade. The club's management has been working for months to prepare the ground for a historic move, and recent developments have been decisive. Haaland has already communicated to Manchester City that he sees his future away from England, and in Madrid, everything is being prepared to welcome him. According to English media, the operation is not a matter of if, but when, and they are already taking for granted that Haaland will soon be a Real Madrid player. This is not just a rumor fueled by excitement, but a scenario backed by serious reports and by the work of Rafaela Pimenta, Haaland's representative. who is fully engaged in making the transfer a reality this summer. The negotiations are complex, as any deal of this magnitude would be, but there is optimism inside the club. Real Madrid has already shown in the past its ability to complete some of the most important signings in football history, and the possibility of Haaland joining now feels like the continuation of that tradition. The club has always pursued players who are not only talented, but who embody ambition, determination, and the hunger for victory, and Haaland fits that description perfectly. His style of play, his physical dominance, and his clinical finishing could make him the reference point in Madrid's attack for years to come. One of the keys to making this signing possible lies in the restructuring of the squad. With departures being considered and space opening up in the dressing room, the arrival of Haaland is becoming more and more logical from both a sporting and financial perspective. The market moves are always decisive at this level, and Madrid is proving once again that it knows how to play its cards to remain at the very top of world football. Among the scenarios being discussed, there is even the possibility that Rodrigo could join Pep Guardiola's side as part of the operation, which would facilitate the Norwegians' move to the Spanish capital. Such a scenario would underline just how determined Real Madrid is to make this transfer happen. Within the club, the project is gaining support from every sector. Perhaps the most important endorsement of all has come from the coach, Xabi Alonso, who has reportedly given his full approval to the potential signing. The Basque tactician sees Haaland as the ideal player to lead the team into a new era, a forward capable of changing matches on his own and of striking fear into any defense he faces. Alonso is fully aware of how decisive it would be to add a striker of Haaland's caliber, and his favorable opinion strengthens the belief inside the club that this operation must be carried out without hesitation. For Madridistas, this news feels like a dream getting closer to becoming reality. The Santiago Bernabéu has witnessed countless stars wearing the white shirt, from legends of the past to modern-day icons. But the idea of seeing Erling Haaland entering that stage is something that excites everyone who loves Real Madrid. His energy, his desire, and his talent resonate perfectly with the values of the club. It is not only about what he represents as a striker, but about what he symbolizes as a competitor. A relentless, powerful, unstoppable force that matches perfectly with the philosophy of Real Madrid. The timing of this move also makes it even more exciting. The club is in a moment of transformation, with a project designed to remain dominant in Europe for the next decade, and adding Haaland would be the final piece of a puzzle that could lead to a new era of greatness. Madrid has always been about making bold decisions at decisive moments, and this summer looks like one of those occasions when the club is ready to take a step that will define its future. The white shirt demands players who can handle the weight of history, and Haaland has shown at every step of his career that he is ready for challenges of the highest level. From the perspective of the fans, the anticipation is immense. Madridistas know that the signing of Haaland would not only strengthen the attack, but would also send a message to the entire world of football. Real Madrid is still the biggest, the most ambitious, and the most determined club in the game. Bringing in Haaland would mean showing once again that no other team can compete with Madrid's vision and power to attract the very best. What makes this story even more special is that Haaland himself appears convinced. The reports are clear. He has already told Manchester City that he wants to leave, and his destination is none other than Madrid. That direct wish from the player could prove decisive. In modern football, where stars have more influence than ever, the fact that Haaland is pushing for Madrid makes this transfer one step closer to becoming official. At this moment, the focus is on the work being done behind the scenes by Rafaela Pimenta, who is orchestrating the operation and negotiating every detail to bring her client to the Spanish capital. Her role is essential, as she has the trust of both the player and the clubs involved. Everything is pointing in the same direction, and although the operation still requires patience, the horizon looks clear. Haaland wants Madrid, Madrid wants Haaland, and football seems to want the story to happen. Now, the question goes to the heart of what Real Madrid truly is: the fans. Madridistas have always been more than spectators. They are the soul of the club, the ones who give life to the team in every match. And so we ask, how do you feel about the imminent arrival of Erling Haaland to our club? Do you believe he is the striker who can lead us to the next era of triumphs? Do you see him as the player who will continue writing the history of Real Madrid at the highest level? That's it for today, Madridista family. What a time to be part of the greatest club in the world. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from all of you, the best fans in football. Hala Madrid forever.